जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जना
प्रभुजी अनम्यूट कर लीजिए।
यशोदानंदना गज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन गज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा बनसारी जय राधा माधव कुंज जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। Thy Gaur Premanande, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. I sang the smallest Jai Radha Madhav. Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj time also we sang the smallest Jai Radha Madhav. So in the beginning we'll recite the prayers of Gajendra. Some of the devotees are by हमारा गजेंद्र मोक्ष चालू होने के बाद बाय हार्ट किया कि पहले ही बाय हार्ट किया? Yesterday was singing some of the verses.
हाँ मतलब एक दो ही आते पहले but बाद में थोड़ा ज़्यादा है.
Must, very good.
What we can say emphasis नहीं था इतना.
So the first verse, 8th canto, chapter number 3 है ना?
Yes.
3, verse number 1. श्री गजेंद्र उवाच ओम नमो भगवते तस्मै यत एतच्चिदात्मकम् पुरुषाय आदिबीजाय परेशायाभिधीमहि यस्मिन् इदं यतश्चेदं येनेदं य इदं स्वयं योऽस्मात् परस्माश्च परस् तं प्रपद्ये स्वयंभुवम् यस्यात्मनिदं निजमाययार्पितम् क्वचित् विभातं क्वच तत्तिरोहितम् अविद्यदृक्साक्षुभयं तदीक्षते स आत्ममूलो अवतु मां परात्परः कालेन प्रज्वलत्वमितेषु कृत्स्नशो लोकेषु पालेषु च सर्वहेतुषु तमस्तदासीद् गहनं गभीरम्
तदासीत् गहनं गभीरम्
यस्तस्य पारे अभिराजते विभो
यस्तस्य पारे विराजते विभुः
न यस्य देवा ऋषया पदं विदुर्
यस्य देवा ऋषयः पदं विदुः
जन्तुः पुनः कोऽर्हति गन्तुमीरितुम्
जन्तुः पुनः कोरधिगन्तुमीरितुम्
यथा नटस्याकृतिभिर्विचेष्टितो
यथा नटस्याकृतिभिर्विचेष्टतो
दुरत्ययानुक्रमणा समावतु
दुरत्ययानुक्रमणः समावतु
दिदृक्षवो यस्य पदं सुमङ्गलम्
दिदृक्षवो यस्य पदं सुमङ्गलम्
विमुक्तसङ्गा मुनया सुसाधवः
विमुक्तसङ्गा मुनयः सुसाधवः
चरन्त्यलोकावृतमव्रनं वने
चरन्त्यलोकाव्रतमाव्रणं वने
भूतात्मभूतासुरदं समे गति
भूतात्मभूतासुहृदा समेवति
न विद्यते यस्य च जन्म कर्म वा
विद्यते यस्य च जन्म कर्म वा
न नामरूपे गुणदोष एव वा
न नामरूपे गुणदोष एव वा
तथापि लोकाप्यसंभवाय यः
तथापि लोकाव्ययसम्भवाय
स्वमायया तान् यनुकालमृच्छति
स्वमाययातानिर्वाणमिच्छति
तस्मै नमः परेशाय
तस्मै नमः परेशाय
ब्रह्मणे अनन्तशक्तये
ब्रह्मणे अनन्तशक्तये
अरूपाय रुरूपाय
अरूपायोरूपाय
नमः आश्चर्यकर्मणे
नमः आश्चर्यकर्मणे
नमः आत्मप्रदीपाय
नमः आत्मप्रदीपाय
साक्षिणे परमात्मने
साक्षिणे परमात्मने
नमो गिरां विदुराय
नमो गिरां विदुराय
मनसश्चेतसामपि
मनसश्चेतसामपि
सत्त्वेन प्रतिलभ्याय
सत्त्वेन प्रतिलभ्याय
नैष्कर्मेण विपश्चिता
नैष्कर्मेण विपश्चिता
नमः कैवल्यनाथाय
नमः कैवल्यनाथाय
निर्वाणसुखसंविदे
निर्वाणसुखसंविदे
for today. नमः शांत ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नमः शांताय घोराय
नमः शान्ताय घोराय
मूढ़ाय गुणधर्मिणे
मूढाय गुणधर्मिणे
निर्विशेषाय साम्याय
निर्विशेषाय साम्याय
नमो ज्ञानघनाय च
नमो ज्ञानघनाय च
नमः शांताय घोराय
नमो शान्ताय घोराय
मूढ़ाय गुणधर्मिणे
मूढाय गुणधर्मिणे
निर्विशेषाय साम्याय
निर्विशेषाय साम्याय
नमो ज्ञानघनाय च
नमो ज्ञानघनाय च
नमः शांताय घोराय
नमो शान्ताय घोराय
मूढ़ाय गुणधर्मिणे
मूढाय गुणधर्मिणे
निर्विशेषाय साम्याय
निर्विशेषाय साम्याय
नमो ज्ञानघनाय च
नमो ज्ञानघनाय च
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Vasudev, who is all-pervading, to the Lord's fierce form as Lord Nrsingadev, to Lord's form as animal, Lord Varadev, to Lord Dattatreya, who preached impersonalism, to Lord Buddha, and to all the other incarnations. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has no material qualities, but who accepts the three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance, within this material world. I also offer my respectful obeisances unto the impersonal Brahman effulgence. So, Namo Shantaya. So, this Shantaya is all pervading Vasudeva, I think. Ghoraya is Nrsimhadev, Mudhaya is Varadev, Gunadharmine, he accepts various forms, Nirvisheshaya, Dattatreya, Samyaya. Samyaya. What is Samyaya? Acha, okay, Nirvisheshaya. Samyaya form, Nirvisheshaya. Namaha, Jnana Ghanaya Cha, who is knowledge or the impersonal Brahman also. So these many forms, Gajendra is offering obeisances to. Purport, by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. In the previous verse, it has been described that although the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no material form, He accepts innumerable forms to favor His devotees and kill His demons. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they are like the waves of the river. The waves of the river flow incessantly, and no one can count how many waves there are. ये गैस चालू है क्या? नहीं, हाँ फैन, ठीक है ठीक है, रहने दो रहने दो रहने दो. नहीं, मेरे को लगा कि कुछ नया कुछ तो नहीं होना. Count has so many waves there are. Similarly, no one can calculate and how no one can calculate and how the different incarnations of the Lord appear according to the necessities of time, place, and candidates. Prabhupada doesn't use the circumstances, time, place, and candidates. The Lord appears perpetually, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practices or descendant of Bharata and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. In the material world, there is always the possibility of deviation from Krishna consciousness. And therefore, Krishna and his devotees always act in various forms to curb such goodness. To curb such godlessness. Even impersonalists who stress the knowledge feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead want to merge in the effulgence of the Lord. Therefore, here the word Jnana Ghanaya indicates that for atheists who disbelieve in the form and the existence of Lord, all these various incarnations appear. Since the Lord comes to teach in so many forms, no one can say that there is no God. The word Jnana Ghanaya is especially used here to refer to those whose knowledge has become solidified by the dint of their searching for the Lord through speculative philosophical understanding. Superficial knowledge is useless for understanding Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when one's knowledge becomes extremely intense and deep, one understands Vasudeva. Vasudeva Sarmaiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. A Jnani attains this stage after many births. Therefore, the word Jnana Ghanaya is used here. The word Shantaya indicates that the Lord Vasudeva is situated in everyone's heart but does not act with the living entity, but does not act with the living entity. Impersonalists, Jnani realize Vasudev when they are fully mature in the knowledge. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram. So one of the very beautiful prayers. All the prayers are wonderful. This is also one of them. And Prabhupada's purport is very special, which again highlights many of the aspects of our philosophy. And very beautiful. Gajendra is offering prayers to all the incarnations, but he's not going to follow all the incarnations. That is also true. Impersonal effulgence of the Lord is worshipable. Of course, why it will not be worshipable? But it's not that we are going to worship it tomorrow. No. He offers obeisances to Dattatreya, he offers obeisances to Buddha, Shantaya, Ghoraya. Shantaya is Vasudev inside the heart, Ghoraya, Mudhaya, Gunadharmini, Nirvisheshaya. He is offering obeisances. Namo, the beginning only offered obeisance. Nirvisheshaya, Samyaya, offering obeisances to Buddha also. But it's just, it's not that if you are offering obeisances that means now this is very amazing, and the secret is also revealed in the purport only. We are, because it is a form of Supreme Lord, so we have to offer obeisance. It is respectable for us. There is no question about it. But at the same time, he has come in that form to cater some particular need at that time. And something which is created the need at particular time cannot be made absolute. Absolute is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that? Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Like that. People are, now some people may consider that, oh, Gajendra has offered obeisances to, yesterday one boy was arguing so heavily, hell, right, everything is right. Everything is not right. We will offer obeisances to all the forms of the Lord. But concluding that everything is right is not right. That is also true. Right? So this is a very important aspect of Krishna consciousness. The Lord comes, Prabhupada writes, when the Lord comes to this world, time, place and needs of the candidate. So needs of the candidate means sometimes the candidate is not ready to understand the truth. Then whose problem it is? Is it not that the Lord wants to give the truth? He wants to. But what's the problem? Candidate is problem. He is not able to understand. That's why in the Discover Yourself, when we make that presentation, we have mathematics. But we will present the mathematics based upon the level of the student. Not that how much I know the mathematics. What is the use of your knowing so many mathematics? He takes the tuition of so many people, students. आपको 10वीं वाला भी है, 6वीं वाला भी है, 10वीं वाला भी है, ग्रेजुएशन वाला भी है, इंजीनियरिंग वाला भी स्टूडेंट है उसमें. सबको एक ही पुस्तक लेके जाते हो क्या? It's different. It's based upon insignificant aspect of this world. He is a teacher, they are students. It's not a professional teacher, they are not sincere students. Right? Even in such a trivial case is there. Trivial case, this is a trivial case. In that also you are focused upon the need of candidate. मतलब क्या समझ में आएगा इसको, क्या समझ में आएगा, क्या समझ में आएगा, तो इसके हिसाब से release the knowledge. Right? Somebody is rascal. How can you explain him? You have no need of explaining. करो जो करना है वो. If somebody is sincere, obedient, then you explain him something. There is no need of explaining something. So when Krishna is coming as a Buddha, Prabhupada writes at one place, we offer our respectful obeisances to Lord Buddha, but we don't follow his philosophy. Now he is a Lord. He has come, right? One has to absolutely accept the Lord. So it's not like that. One has to understand the truth is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. The highest truth is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even Krishna also goes one by one in Bhagavad Gita. He goes with Karma Yogas, then he goes to Jnana Yoga, then he touches Bhakti Yoga, and there he describes, this is the most confidential knowledge I am trying to share with you. Please understand. Idam te guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya anaga. You are not envious of me. So I will describe you the best of the knowledge. Right? So all the incarnations of the Lord are bona fide. They are Supreme Lord. There is no question about it. But they have given the knowledge based upon the understanding of the candidate, based upon the capability of the candidate, and slowly making him come to the point of complete surrender to Krishna. And this is what is being described. That's why Gajendra doesn't have confusion. This is the whole point to be understood. There is no need of confusing whether what we are doing. He is offering obeisances to all the lords, right? But what he's doing at the end is calling to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So that's why I like if you know the scenario which I'm referring to, the background, then you will understand even more. But a devotee has to understand. Recently we were doing that brahmachari class, very beautiful. The analysis of how to come to the conclusion when there are so many diverse understandings in the world. There are many diverse understandings in the world. Then how you come to the conclusion? So when there is an exception cannot be made as a rule. Then if we consider, देखो बुद्ध जी आए और बोल रहे हैं वो शांति ओम शांति, so I'll follow Om Shanti. I'll follow that. No, that's an exception. When the candidate is not ready for the highest one, that's why. हमारा कोट है ना डिवाइस में, Jesus Christ is telling to his followers that I want to give you more knowledge, but unfortunately you are not ready for it. That's why I'm not able to give it. Why? I don't have the reference of Bible for this, but I accept the reference of device. That's more than sufficient for. इसके लिए बाइबल पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं. But very clearly he is mentioning that I want to give you, but you are not ready. What can I do? So when sometimes a time, place, and candidate's needs when the Lord comes to this world, he may preach something which is completely against this Shastras. But that's required. The best example of it that sometimes, the father, when the child is going to do something inappropriate, then the father takes the help of some false propaganda. किसका आवाज आ रही है? क्या कर रहे? हाँ? When the शिवांश पूजा किधर है? बुलाओ जरा. So sometime the Lord, वो मदर यशोदा का पास टाइम आता है. Mother Yashoda's pastime is when Krishna is making so much naughty and then she is not controlled. Then what she does? Then she says, "वो हाउ बिलाओ को देती हूँ." And then in the previous part of Vrindavan, there were huge stones at one place. बड़े खतरनाक काले काले एकदम बड़े बड़े दिखते थे. और this is the imagination of Yashoda Mai. But she is being a great devotee of the Lord. Her imagination is absolute. तो उसकी वजह से हाउ बिला उधर प्रकट हो गए उधर. And after Krishna passed away and pastime was completed, then there that demons how बिलाओ became big stones. अभी तक थे, ऐसे बोलते हैं लोग. I don't know. अभी नहीं है. अभी recently कहीं तो गए. I don't know exactly, but this is what is exact they tell. So now the how below, when Krishna was there, the how below was not existing. But Yashodama used to indicate toward that direction and said, "अभी ज़्यादा मस्ती करोगे ना तो मैं how below को बुलाती हूँ." Yesterday I called one devotee and I called him, and then that time the child was making noise. And he talked with me for 5 minutes. Afterward I said, "Prabhuji, आते वक्त 4 पुलिस को लेके आ रहे हो ना?" बोला, "हाँ, 4 बड़े लाना है कि छोटे लाना है?" बोला, "नहीं, बड़े बड़े लाओ, बंदूक वाले." And then he is asking to the child, "प्रभु जी आ रहे पुलिस को लेके, बुलाओ ना उनको, तुमको लेके जाने के लिए आ रहे." Now this is a true interaction, right? It's not imaginary. It's a false. It's not false. It's a true interaction. आप वीडियो निकाल के वो दिखेगा सब कुछ आपको, है कि नहीं? मगर बेचारा पुलिस को देना चाहता है कि बच्चे को आ गया पुलिस 4 तो क्या करेगा? लेके जाओ बोलेगा, पुलिस के साथ फाइटिंग करेगा, नहीं नहीं लेके जाने का इसको, इसने क्या किया है, like that. So see the action and the philosophy which is externally seen, and when the actual response is there, is so much different. When Krishna comes in Bhagavad Gita and describes about Bhakti Yoga, which is the most confidential knowledge, what he says, क्लेशो अधिकतरस्तेषाम अव्यक्त आसक्त चेतसाम अव्यक्ता हि गतिर् दुःखम देहवद्भिरवाप्यते. He very clearly says this impersonal path cannot be followed by the people who has accepted the शरीर, देहवद्भिर, जिसको पास देह है, जिसके पास शरीर है ना, हमारे पास शरीर है, हम ये impersonal philosophy को follow नहीं कर सकते. Negating everything in this world and accepting that everything is zero is not possible. You may have to differentiate between the sweet rice and biryani. बोले नहीं दोनों एक ही है, दोनों एक ही है. खाते वक्त वो impersonalist खा सकता है मिक्स करके उसको, डिवोटी नहीं खा सकता है. इधर का इधर गिरा तो गुस्सा हो जाएगा, दिखता नहीं है क्या? Like that. आपको अलग से कप देना पड़ेगा, उसके अंदर स्वीट राइस डालना पड़ेगा, तब उसको पार्टी प्लेट में रखो, तब जाके खाएगा। बिरयानी के ऊपर डालो स्वीट राइस, देखो क्या होता है। आपको खुश करने का बहुत अच्छा मौका मिला है, आपको शाप मिलेगा, है कि नहीं? तो देहवधीर, जिनको देह मिला है, सब जीरो जीरो जीरो। क्या है जीरो? ये बिरयानी और स्वीट राइस जीरो है आगे आने के बाद। सो इवन द लॉर्ड हैज प्रोपोगेटेड दिस फिलोसॉफी, but this philosophy cannot be accepted by the people who have accepted this body. We have the body. What we can do? Our philosophy is very simple. Our philosophy yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. This is our simple philosophy. सब करो, भगवान के चरणों में अर्पण करो, भगवान ये आप सबका है, आप ले लो। And this can be done by anybody. No qualification is required. So that's why when there are so many incarnations coming and describing so many things, there is no need of confusion. The eternal truth goes on is to offer our love to Krishna. That's all. This is the end of the conclusion of the Shastras. And for that, now people may say, why to emphasize Lord Ram and Lord Krishna and not Lord Buddha or Dattatreya, right? Dattatreya and Buddha are taking the people in this direction, and Lord. So to demonstrate that this is the highest, Lord performs an elaborate pastime. दोनों को पूर्ण पुरुषोत्तम बोला जाता है, you know. The Lord Ram is Maryada Purushottam. And Lord Krishna is Lila Purushottam, because they have demonstrated this is the path to be followed by everybody. No, and that's why Prabhupada writes, what is the proof? What is the test? That's why Prabhupada writes, every now and then the Lord and his devotees will come and make sure they establish the truth in a proper sense. Again and again they will come. The bona fide devotees of the Lord and the incarnations of the Lord will come and again establish the truth. That is what is being described. Prabhupada writes it here. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. He is concerned. But who is there? We are his child. To keep us on the right path is his duty. So he either comes himself or comes in the form of some teachers and make sure the society understands the right thing. Just like the father himself, father means father nahi, mother also. Mother and father will help the child to learn something. Some things they will directly teach and some things they will teach to the teacher. But they will make sure that they will teach everything to the child. Very few times, very exceptionally, they may use some wrong philosophy to instruct the child, but that doesn't become that concept becomes a lifetime concept. It's a temporary concept for that time. That's why surprisingly Prabhupada uses the word here that the Lord will come and propagate the philosophy based upon the time, place and the needs of the candidate. Ultimately, बच्चा सुधरना चाहिए, तो बहुत अच्छा रास्ते से सुधर रहा है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. For Arjuna, for Lakshman ji, for Vibhishan, it was a relationship of very great love. Shabari, everybody, this is a great love. This relationship is of a great love. But sometimes he comes and propagates something which is maybe externally little inappropriate, but that is a need because the student is not ready for accepting the highest thing. And how many incarnations like this come? Millions of them. There is no count how many they come. They keep on coming, and making sure that the people will learn something good and follow. And in that, one of the aspects which he describes is Shantaya. Now we'll go with the sequence. This is the mood of the purport. Mood of the whole purport is very beautiful. that so many lords are described, but the love has to be offered to Krishna or Lord Shri Ram, Nrsimhadev. Very true. Then Shantaya, this form of the Lord is a bona fide form of the Lord. और उनका characteristic क्या है? Which word is addressing to Shantaya? Which form of the Lord?
Vasudeva, inside the heart.
It is a Paramatma inside the heart. That form of the Lord is being addressed by Shantaya. And Prabhupada writes very nicely. In the previous verse, it has been described as the Supreme Personality of God has no material forms. नहीं उसके नीचे as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many incarnations of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they are like the waves of the river. Similarly, no one can calculate when and how the different incarnations of the Lord appeared according to the necessities of time, place, and candidates. The Lord appears perpetually, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. कहाँ गया वो? In this material world, I love this statement very much. In the material world, there is always the possibility of deviation from Krishna consciousness, and therefore Krishna and his devotees always act in various forms to curb such goodness. Even somebody reads the scriptures, why so much parampara is emphasized? Why the purity of parampara and teaching of the parampara is emphasized so much? Because I can read the scriptures and take out the meaning I want to take out. When Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj came here, he had a special class for brahmacharis. And in that class there was a debate. What was the debate? Debate was hearing is important or reading is important. If you hear that debate, very good debate. We should devotees. No, that's fine. There was very nice group of devotees there, so we can take that kind of word there. So, what is important? निकाल रहे. Hearing is important or reading is important? वोट नहीं मांगे आप आपका ओपिनियन बताओ. What is important?
Both are important.
ना this is very वो तो पार्लियामेंट के अंदर का आंसर हो गया. Both are important. I stand for
Hearing
everything.
is more important, Prabhuji.
Very good.
Hearing.
Yes, very good. So can you describe why hearing is important?
Because in hearing we get to know the like what the speaker is telling, speaker is wanting to explain. As in reading, sometimes we derive our own thought on that, own understanding.
Yes. Anything else want to share somebody?
By hearing also one can derive your expression.
No. You can explain whatever you want to explain. When he was explaining, Shobitru was explaining, he was explaining what you want to explain. You can explain. What is more important? Hearing is important or reading is important? Hearing is important. So substantiate your answer with some whatever explanation.
We give a lot of experience the speaker is speaking.
That is also very nice, because we may not have the experience. The speaker is sharing a very good experience. So we get to free experience. Experience is very costly in this world, but we get it for free if we hear. Yes. And
Hearing is Vani Sangha of the spiritual master. So because of his
ऊपर जाके बात करो.
Because of his association through, and this is one thing that it is Vani Sangha. Another thing is we have to means we hear the transcendental voice of the spiritual master. Like Prabhupada's voice, it is very instructive.
Yeah.
The message is clear. ऐसे read पढ़ के वो थोड़ा ये लगता है. Prabhupada is telling you have to chant 16 rounds.
हाँ
That message hits the heart. 16 rounds करके एक दिन सोना नहीं है,
हाँ
सब खाना पीना भूल जा रहे हैं. 16 rounds करो पहले. You
हाँ
have to follow 4 regularly because very strictly. That message of Prabhupada is from the ear it goes to the heart. That is how.
Pronunciation and tone creates
हाँ.
much
Impact.
impact.
Impact. Yes. Oh, very nice. Is a point उधर आए थे. I'm just very good points. Yes, Shivanshu, you want to share something?
Like hearing is just like a subtle part of it.
Hearing.
It will go in the subconscious mind.
Hmm. And reading?
Reading will like what analyze from our mind, that only will go.
Hmm.
Like while hearing the phrases what he's following.
Yes.
Go in the deep in the inside our subconscious.
Hmm. Yes. Very true. Very
Prabhuji,
true.
another thing about hearing is that you get to hear the concepts from a different, like from different scriptures also. For example, there is one concept, so the speaker already has studied many references for that particular concept, and when he is speaking, he is giving all the set of examples, all the set of concepts from all the various places,
Yes.
to just explain that one single concept.
Yes. 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 Rather than putting in this way, the little addition what we are sharing is instead of we understanding this from another concept, another angle of concept, rather than that we get a mature, complete understanding of the same concept. That is a marga of Jnani is where you want to have, where you have to present the concept in different fashion. No, this is not our mark. Our mark is we will discuss together sitting and we will understand the concept in various directions. But the purpose of the whole thing is to emphasize the same conclusion. Probably to see the everything with different angle may take in different fashion. But the conclusion remains the same in bhakti principle. You see it from every angle. So the hearing is so important compared to the reading. It's not now the discussion should not be taken to another direction. Oh, we have discussed the hearing is important, reading is not important. लाइब्रेरी खाली करो पुस्तक नहीं चाहिए फिर हमारा पुस्तक वितरण का प्रोग्राम ही बंद हो जाएगा ऐसे करत we are only telling take the books read and then here you are should not be taken from to the other side. But the point is when we read scripture stand alone without the help of any parampara, guidance and all, people are trying to read. Yesterday we were there in such a huge program. The register of the college is telling, I want to read, I'd like to read. And every day I read 2 hours. And I asked him, what do you read? Because there was no conclusion in his talk. That's why I was so curious, what do you do? And I read this way, that way, idhar, udhar, didhar, sab. गांव भर का पढ़ता हूँ. Now, if you read like this, it's like the pig going around into the gully and eating everywhere. You not get anything. Even in the reading and specifically in the matter of hearing, it's very important we hear which the conclusion of that talk is Krishna consciousness. Then we will come to the right path. Right? There was one boy who came and took Krishna consciousness so nicely. 16 rounds, so wonderful from Gujarati background or a ready-made. We just sprinkled ISKCON wala flavor. Baki halwa walwa ready, sab kuch. We just add the flavor of ISKCON, chanted 16 rounds. Yeah, where? And he was reading Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, Prabhupada describes about Ashtanga Yoga. Prabhupada doesn't describe about Ashtanga Yoga. Going to the Himalayas, meditating, and on Paramatma. It's there. It's the part of the system. If this is for the new fight candidate, for Gyanis and all, this path is there. Bhagavatam also describes that path. सेकेंड कैंटो लिया उसको पढ़ा इंजीनियरिंग छोड़ दिया भाग गया हिमालय में जाके बैठे माता पिता को कुछ बताया नहीं हमको कुछ बताया नहीं हमको इतना प्रेम कर गुजरात लड़का एकदम कल्चर्ड फ्रॉम द होम very devotional attitude. गया तो बेचारा आया ही नहीं, अभी तक नहीं आया है, अभी भी उधर ही कुछ तो अष्टांग बष्टांग कर रहा है, पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है. एंड व्हेन आई आस्किंग हिम द रेफरेंस, बोले क्यों करना है आपको ये, और हमको ही परपोर्ट निकाल के दिखा. यहाँ पे लिखा है श्रीमद् भागवत, यहाँ पे लिखा है. अरे बाबा थोड़ा आगे तो चलो. सेकेंड कैंटो इज नॉट द लास्ट कैंटो, सेकेंड कैंटो इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द कैंटो, लास्ट कैंटो इज 10th कैंटो, 11th कैंटो. 11th कैंटो उद्धव गीता है वहां पे, 10th कैंटो में कृष्ण लीला है, 9th कैंटो में राम लीला है, 8 कैंटो में गजेंद्र है. तब छोड़ देने का वो दूसरा ही कैंटो. अरे दूसरा कैंटो कैसे ले बैठ सकते हो आप? Of course, Prabhupada makes sure, Prabhupada was told many times, वो ज्ञान मार्ग का वर्ष चल रहा है, अब भक्ति मार्ग का प्रपोट क्यों दे रहे हो? प्रभुपाद बोले उसका टाइम क्यों वेस्ट करना है आपको? अगर इसके जैसा ही वो लल्लू पहुंचा नहीं 10वें कैंटो तक, फिर मैं क्या करूं? दूसरे कैंटो से सब यूटर्न मार के भाग जाएंगे, हमारे वो आगे 10वें कैंटो तक आ ही नहीं. मैं, मेरा क्या दोष है इसमें? आई एम राइटिंग डिवोशनल परपोट, right in the Gyan Marg also, second canto also, because I don't know whether this will go ahead to third canto or not. If it doesn't go to third canto, it doesn't go to 8th canto, it doesn't go to 10th canto, then whose problem it will be? The candidate will be having difficulty. That's why I am writing the purport here only, to save your time, not my time. हम तो पहुंच गए already. To save the candidate's time so that he should not turn out from the second canto. That's why I am writing devotional purport. और चेतन चरण तो उसके ऊपर वाला एक्सप्लेनेशन देते हैं. When Krishna is saying you should surrender to the supreme, in the second chapter, third chapter, he doesn't say surrender to me. He said surrender to Paramatma. He said surrender to supreme. He said almighty. ऐसे शब्द इस्तेमाल करते हैं. खुद ही है वो सब. He is almighty, he is Paramatma, he is supreme. But he tells Arjuna, you surrender to Supreme, you surrender to Almighty. And then Prabhupada writes, Krishna is telling Arjuna, surrender to Krishna or surrender to me. And these people, especially Gyanis, Prabhupada को challenge करते हैं, आपने इधर कृष्ण कहाँ लिखा है? यहाँ कृष्ण कहाँ बोल रहे हैं मेरे को? Why you are writing there? And then the 9th chapter comes, where Krishna is describing everything. Surrender to me, love me, worship me, offer obeisances to me, remember me, focus your mind on me, manmana, bhav mad bhakto, madhyajima, become my devotee, this, that. He's describing so many things. So then that time these people are writing, surrender to impersonal Krishna, surrender to this, surrender to that. Prabhupada is writing, you are also doing injustice, I am also doing injustice. Right? They are doing the injustice by saying Krishna, when Krishna is saying Krishna is, they are saying impersonalist or supreme. Indirect understanding they are giving. When Krishna is giving indirect understanding, Prabhupada is giving direct understanding. What you are doing, we are doing the same thing. When Krishna is directly telling to surrender, you are taking it indirectly. Krishna is saying surrender to impersonal. Arey? Krishna is saying directly to surrender. So the devotee, that's why purport and understanding and understanding and reading the Shastras from the devotee is essential. Because then they will take out the essence and will present to the candidate. That's why this word is very important. Right? So, the needs of the candidate are taken care very nicely by the devotee and the Lord. Then, Paramatma is also a form of the Lord. Now, these are the incarnations of the Lord. So, there is one very important concept which is there in the Nectar of Devotion. We have to understand. It's a very beautiful concept. Raso vai saha. This describes that Krishna is having all the rasas with him. The receiving candidate has to decide what he wants from Krishna. Right? I want love from Krishna, Krishna will give love from me. I want Krishna to be just स्टेशनरी, ज़्यादा डिस्टर्ब मत करो मेरे को, तुम उधर मैं उधर, ठीक है, दैट्स फाइन. Krishna wants, somebody wants enmity with Krishna, then he is ready to become his enemy also. तो दोनों मिलकर झगड़ा करेंगे, right? Like that. रसो वही सह means, अभी मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में ऐसा एग्जाम्पल दे नहीं सकते हैं, क्योंकि एक आधा आदमी प्रेम कर सकता है तो गुस्सा नहीं कर सकता, मैनेजर नहीं बन सकता है वो, बोले मेरे को मैनेजमेंट मत दो, मेरे को लोगों को डांटने को आता नहीं समथिंग लाइक दैट. और कुछ डांटने वाले लोग होते हैं, उनको बोला अरे थोड़ा प्रेम से समझाओ भाई, मेरे को नहीं आता है प्रभु जी, स्ट्रेट, मैंने क्या गलत बोला, बराबर तो बोला. So the people who are loving, they can't be strict. Those who are strict, they can't be loving. उधर से मिसमैच होता है वो दुनिया में. ऐसा सारा रसोवई सह कंसेप्ट डिस्क्राइब करना बड़ा मुश्किल काम है. रसोवई सह मीन्स कृष्णा कैन मैनिफेस्ट एनी रसा. कुछ भी आप उसके साथ दोस्ती करो, वो दोस्ती करेंगे. उसके साथ आप कॉन्जुगल प्रेम करो, कॉन्जुगल प्रेम करेंगे. उसके साथ परकीय रस होता है, स्वकीय रस होता है, फ्रेंडशिप है, पेरेंटल लव है कि नहीं. एंड देन डाउन टू द लाइन देयर इज शांत साक्ष्य है, फ्रेंडशिप है. फ्रेंडशिप हैड कैटेगरीज, जूनियर फ्रेंड्स, इक्वल फ्रेंड्स, सीनियर फ्रेंड्स. देयर इज अ कैटेगरी. Junior friend will do what is being told him to do by Krishna, and but he is not a servant, he is a friend. As out of friend he will do it, not as a servant. Servant will also do what is Krishna is going to tell, but the friend will do out of friendship. Equal friends, they may do sometimes, they may not do sometimes. पता नहीं वो क्या करेगा वो. He may do it, अच्छा लगा तो करेगा, मतलब नहीं मैं नहीं करूंगा, जाओ. राइट. एंड देयर आर सीनियर फ्रेंड्स, वो बोलते हैं कुछ नहीं करने का, हम जो बोल रहे हो सुनो चुपचाप, तुम्हारा कोई सुनने नहीं वाले हम लोग. So in that category Balram ji comes, the senior friends. When Balram ji is there, Krishna has to be chupchap. He cannot take action. So that's why when he want to kill Kaliya, when he Brahma Vimohan Lila, he did that when Balram ji is not there. And Balram ji's birthday is there, that day he did all these things because Balram ji will not stop him. So friendship में भी इतने सारे friendship होते हैं. Of course हमारे भी होते हैं थोड़े थोड़े, कुछ senior friends होते हैं, कुछ junior friends होते हैं. But all the friends take us to hell nicely. That is the only problem. All Krishna's friends and Krishna, all of them want to take us to the spiritual world. And these all friends will go take us. Whether it's a senior friend, he will teach you how to drink. Whether it's junior friend, you have to teach him how to drink. So end is drinking only. Not going to be any divine something. It's all nonsense. So there is senior friend, junior friend, then gopis. And gopis also, there are mother category wale gopis hai, jo plays the role of mothers. There are the gopis who are young in age. There are gopis who are very small in age. 5 saal, 10, 6 saal, 7 saal, small one. So they have different roles to play. Now the Shastra describe the unique personality of Krishna. Being supreme personality of the Godhead, naturally he has to be unique only. He is not common like us. तो इतने सारे रस के साथ रेसिप्रोकेट करना बहुत मुश्किल है. It's just not possible. Right? Manager cannot become instructor, instructor cannot become preacher, preacher cannot become guru. गुरु को भी तो कुछ भी करेगा तो हाँ बहुत अच्छा ही करना पड़ता है उसका. ठीक है कर लो, जो करना है करो, इधर ही रहो मगर जाओ मत. राइट. सो प्रभुपाद वाज आस्क्ड, बस हो गया प्रभुपाद, कितना सहन करना है इसको. तो वो बोले क्या करने का, इधर से छूट गया तो बहुत बड़ा अपराध हो जाएगा, इसलिए उसको रखना है. राइट. देयर आर इंस्टेंसेस व्हेन सत्स्वरूपा सिद्ध स्वरूपानंद ये वो प्रभुपाद के आगे दूसरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खोल दिया इन लोगों ने. They made another philosophy also. But then Prabhupada kept them, instructed them what not to do, what to do. And when the devotees were asking him question, why you are tolerating them? He said, what's the way? The last offense somebody can do is disrespecting the Guru. If I don't keep him, he disrespect me and will go somewhere. What will happen? He has already buried into the ground now, devotionally. So that role the counselor and instructor cannot take. उसको क्या करना है, वो तो भलाई करना है उसका, वो बताएगा वो ऐसा नहीं करना है, ऐसा करना है, ऐसा नहीं करना है. It's very clear. So this Rasovais concept is so beautiful. And another, the worst one, if somebody wants to become our enemy, we cannot play the role of his enemy in his life, right? At least the devotee who is very gentle, very good personality, किसी ने बोला मेरे को तुम्हारे साथ दुश्मनी करना है, क्या बोलेगा वो? तो now the please Suniche, he'll offer him the obeisance. He says, no, I don't want to do enmity with you. We'll become good friends of each other. Hare Krishna. No, if somebody says to Krishna, I want to become your enemy, Krishna says, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll do enmity with you. So like that, this is Rasovaisaha. Now Shantaya, Ghoraya, Mudhaya. Ghoraya and Mudhaya is contradiction. Ghoraya मतलब जो आपके रास्ते में भी नहीं आएगा उसके ऊपर आप अटैक करते हो, उसको घोराए बोलते हैं. और शांताय मतलब जो आपके ऊपर अटैक करते हो बाजू में चला जाता है, उसको शांताय बोलते हैं. तो कृष्णा इज शांत also and घोर also, right? Lord Buddha, some people used to throw the stones. That's fine. If somebody throws the stone to नरसिंहदेव, क्या होगा उसका? भेजेंगे नहीं वो हिरण्यकशिपु के मार्ग पे. So this is rasa. Buddha has a rasa and Lord Nrsimhadev has a rasa, but both are same personalities. We are either Buddha, either Nrsimhadev. We cannot shift like this. Either Buddha, either Nrsimhadev as a personality. So rasa vahi saha, that cannot be imitated. This is not supposed to be imitated. Just imagine, recently we were having Nityananda Trodashi, and you must have heard Nityananda Trodashi's glories of Nityananda Prabhu on that day. Such a beautiful glories. Varadraj Maharaj, when he was describing, it's so beautiful. First time when I heard this Romharshan Sut, he just did not get up from the asan. कुछ नहीं. ऐसा नहीं कि उन्होंने ब्लास्फेम किया, नित्य बलराम जी को कुछ डांटा वाटा उल्टा सीधा बोला, कुछ नहीं. When Balram ji came, he understood his Balram ji, he understood his Supreme Lord, he understood everything, but he was just confused that I am sitting on Vyasasana. Vyasasana में ऐसा नहीं कि कोई भी आया खड़ा हो जाओ, obeisance पे कर रहा, आप भी obeisance पे करो. नहीं, आप अपना अपना काम चलने दो. Speak, you are your speaker. Keep on speaking. Let the things go on around. This is exactly what is supposed to be. So he was confused whether I should offer obeisances or not offer obeisance. Of course, the ordinary people come, go. That's fine. There is no problem. But if the Lord comes, if your Guru comes, वो है ना आपका राजशंभू का वीडियो, वो कुछ तो कर रहे हैं अपना, गा रहे बारे कुछ तो आंखें बंद करके उनका चल रहा है, वो महाराज आके बैठे उधर, महाराज भी ऐसे बुरका लगा के बैठे हुए, मतलब easily identified नहीं होता. So when he opened the eyes and he saw Maharaj, he just directly jumped from that same video of Bhakti-Rasamrita Maharaj also. Maharaj comes from behind and then Bhakti-Rasamrita Maharaj comes down and offers obeisances. So when the Lord comes, when the spiritual master comes, it's a duty to get down and offer obeisances, ask whether I should continue or you would like to continue, and then whatever is the decision, you continue. Something like that. This much obedience is at least expected from the Guru and Lord. So this Maharaj did not get up. वो क्या किया, उसको इंस्ट्रक्ट करना चाहिए ना, ये वैष्णव टिकट सिखाना चाहिए रोमहर्षण सूत को, है कि नहीं? क्या किया बलराम जी ने? बोले चलो तुम्हारा तो कल्याण कर देता हूं अभी मैं, सीधा मृत्यु दंड. एक्सट्रीम. And then same Nityanand Prabhu, same Balram ji came in Nityanand Prabhu, when the people used to tell, नहीं बोलूंगा कृष्णा, जाओ क्या करना है करो. अभी बलराम जी बाजू में तिनका लेके उसको भेज सकते हैं जिधर चाहिए उधर, नरक में भी भेज सकते हैं. वही है ना, दोनों के अलग थोड़ी पर्सनैलिटी है. सेम बलराम जी, व्हाट ही डज, बोले वो बस लोटांगन डालते, अरे कृष्णा बोलो यार, कृष्णा बोलो, मैं तुम्हारे घर में पानी भरता हूँ, आई विल बिकम योर सर्वेंट, जस्ट चैंट हरे कृष्णा, जस्ट चैंट गौरांगा. सो दिस कॉन्ट्रास्ट आप प्ले कर सकते हैं क्या ऐसा रोल? ऐसे ड्रामा में कर सकते हैं सिर्फ, बस रियल लाइफ में कोई ऐसे दो रोल प्ले नहीं कर सकता है। एक तो बलराम जी की तरह गर्म होगा, नहीं तो नित्यानंद प्रभु ठंडा होगा, दोनों में से एक होगा, दोनों में नहीं कर सकते। So when this incarnation, when the Vaishnava literature presents this beautiful concept of Krishna consciousness, then Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that my Vasudev, Supreme Lord, my Master, has all these wonderful rasas in him, and he can manifest all these rasas in various fashions in this world by taking various incarnations. Every incarnation comes, displays a beautiful concept, tells some teachings based upon what is needed at that particular time. The same father can give a lafa, the same father can give Cadbury, the same father can take the person, says that I will take you to police. सब करते हैं, सब फादर सब कुछ कर देता है इसके बीच में, राइट? So he is a concerned father, loving father. And this scene, so why our क्या बोलते हैं, Abrahamic religion, they tease the Vaishnava religion और स्पेशली भागवतम रिलीजन, सनातन धर्म। बोले देखो हमारा कंफ्यूजन कितना कम है, एक ही जी वामन देव, मोहिनी मूर्ति, इम्पर्सनल, पर्सनल, ये वो क्या क्या लगा के रखा है, कितना कंफ्यूजन करके रखा है। अरे इतना कंफ्यूजन करके रखा है, इसलिए तो इतना बैठ के बात करने के लिए टाइम मिल रहा है। आपके उधर क्या होता है? कुछ भी नहीं होता है। तो बोलते एक ही लीला लेके चला रहे सब कुछ। Here so many beautiful pastimes. When that Maharaj was there in army, and then so happy, his master was so happy that he gave a lot of time to him. जाओ बोले करो अपना अपना। तो आर्मी के लोगों को रोज थोड़ी लड़ाई करना पड़ता है, शांति रहते हैं उधर। ना ना ना, वो न्यू वैदिक प्लानिटोरियम का वीडियो बनाया ना उन्होंने, दानवीर महाराज। He was in army, 8 घंटा छुट्टी दिया उनको दिन में, बोला 8 घंटा रिसेस तुम्हारे लिए, 2 घंटा जप करो, 1 घंटा कुकिंग करो, 1 घंटा मंगल आरती करो, 2 घंटा भागवतम पढ़ो, थोड़ा प्रसाद खाओ, है कि नहीं, नाचो गाओ, 8 घंटा छुट्टी। और वो क्रिश्चियन आया छुट्टी मांगने के लिए, मेरे को भी 8 घंटा चाहिए, तेरे को पास कुछ भी नहीं है, तू जाओ काम पे लग। मतलब क्या है तेरे पास? आरती नहीं है, भोग नहीं है, प्रसाद नहीं है, जप नहीं है, भागवतम नहीं है, स्क्रिप्चर्स नहीं है, देखो दिन भर नाचते गाते रहते, कुछ ना कुछ करते रहता है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? जाओ तो। So even people can understand we have so much color, and unless there is a color, very simple, our shastras describe only Krishna, so very difficult. There are so many people like Mahatma Gandhi, बोले नहीं नहीं कृष्णा नहीं, कृष्णा नहीं, कृष्णा, राम राम ठीक है, राम। So there are many people like that, based upon their moral understanding, based upon their conviction, they will accept God. So unless Lord manifests himself in such a variety of fashion, he cannot cater all the people. It's just not possible, right? There are so many, I cannot take the names, but there are so many topiwala people that they're not happy with their religion. Where they'll go? Because you are only one नहीं तो क्या? जीरो, कुछ भी नहीं। हमारा मतलब ये भगवान नहीं तो वो तो पकड़ लेता है आपको, वो नहीं तो वो पकड़ता है, कोई ना कोई पकड़ते रहता है somewhere, and if nothing works out, impersonal Brahman is there, शांति शांति, कोई भी नहीं है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। This is also there. Unless you present the variety, how can you cater to the people? So Krishna is that gem. Prabhupada writes that Krishna is that gem. उसको अलग अलग जगह से लाइट डालो, उसका अलग अलग कलर आएगा उसको। वो अपना शेंडलियर में रहता है ना जेम्स, उसको हर गोल घूम के देख रहे हो, एक ही जेम को देखने, that will have all the colors, right? So if the gem can have this, Krishna is like that gem. He will take all the forms and all kinds of rasas and whatever, the concept is remaining. हमको भगवान से क्या चाहिए वो हम डिसाइड करेंगे। It's like that. Krishna is like a storehouse of rasas. अगर हमको भगवान से कृपा चाहिए तो फिर तृणादपि सुनिचेन बनना पड़ेगा। हमको भगवान से झगड़े करना है तो उनका एनिमी बनना पड़ेगा। हमको जितना भगवान की कृपा चाहिए उतना उनको प्रेम करना पड़ेगा। कुछ भी नहीं करने का, दिन भर सोने का, मेरे को कृपा चाहिए है, ऐसा नहीं होएगा। अच्छा खासा रगड़ के भी लेंगे, वो सब करेंगे, प्रेम करेंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे, मगर देखिए कि कितना कन्विक्शन से कर भी रहा है। कृष्णा इज नॉट ब्लाइंड मैन, कृष्णा इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट and Krishna is having all the rasas. So which rasa Krishna will give you? Krishna will give you that rasa in which you are reciprocating with him, and that he clarifies in Bhagavad Gita. Ye yathama prapadyante. If you want kripa, you have to do something. If you want blessings, you have to do something. You can't just come in front, भगवान मेरे को बचाओ, बचाओ, कुछ करो बचाने के लिए। मैंने बताया तुमको बचाने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, है कि नहीं? टीवी नहीं देखना चाहिए, जपा करना चाहिए। तो आप भगवान, जब कोई बोलता है भगवान के आगे, भगवान मेरे को बचाओ, भगवान बोलते हैं मैं बचाने का मैंने रास्ता बताया तेरे को, क्या बताया? उल्टे सीधे चीजें नहीं करना चाहिए, 4 नियम पालन करना चाहिए, दोस्तों भक्तों के साथ रहना चाहिए, जप करना चाहिए। तो मैंने बताया तुमको बचाने का मार्ग मेरा। बोले नहीं नहीं नहीं, मार्ग में नहीं चलने वाला मैं, मेरे को सिर्फ बचाओ आप बस। भगवान बोलते हैं नो सॉरी, आई कैन नॉट सेव you walk on the path. While walking on the path, if there is some difficulty, that I will take care. But if you tell God I will not walk on the path, you just save me directly, free. तो free कुछ नहीं, free नहीं, you walk on the path, I will save you. When there is difficulty, Krishna said, Arjuna, you fight. If you cannot save yourself, I will come to save you. And that whole महाभारत you can see very nicely. 18 दिन का जीवन का कहानी दिखने को मिलता है आपने को। आप लड़ाई करो, बहुत अच्छा लड़ाई करो। लड़ाई करो मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि 1 घंटा करो लड़ाई, बाद में 12 घंटा छुट्टी, नहीं, 24 घंटा लड़ाई करो। आपके लड़ाई की वजह से आप जीत नहीं पा रहे हो तो मैं लड़ाई करके आपको जिता दूंगा। मगर आप बोलो कि मैं लड़ाई नहीं कर रहा हूं, आप ही लड़ाई करो, जिता के मेरे को, और जो आता है ना वर्ल्ड कप का, वो मेरे हाथ में लाके दे दो। क्रिकेट आप खेलो, आप ही बॉल सब आप करो, जब ट्रॉफी आएगा ना तो मेरे को घर पे लाके दे देना। भगवान बोलते ये नहीं चलेगा मेरे भाई, ये अथाम हम प्रपद्य वाला काम है हमारा। फर्स्ट यू सरेंडर, देन आई विल सेव यू। व्हाट इज देयर? अहम त्वाम सर्वपाप्यभ्यो इज फर्स्ट, और सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य इज फर्स्ट। व्हाट इज देयर फर्स्ट? हाँ, first सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य, you surrender. When you will surrender, then I will take care of your sins. मतलब उल्टा नहीं होगा, I will take care of your sins and then I will surrender. नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, पहले you surrender, then I will take care of you. So what rasa we want? There is one quotation of Srila Prabhupada I will give you somewhere in the purport, beautiful quotation. Krishna is ready to fulfill all kinds of desires. किसी को नरक जाना है ना, उसको बराबर गाइड करते हैं भगवान, ये करो, इसके साथ दोस्ती जमाओ, है कि नहीं? उसको अंदर से इंस्पायर करते हैं, ये है ना बदमाश है, उसके साथ दोस्ती करो तुम, वो जा रहा है फुल स्पीड में, गाड़ी में लिफ्ट मिल जाएगा तेरे को, जाओ बैठो उधर से उसके साथ। सो इज रसो वैसा, व्हाट वी वांट फ्रॉम हिम, इफ वी वांट कनिंगनेस फ्रॉम हिम, इफ वी आर कनिंग, ही विल बी कनिंग, लाइक दैट। इफ वी आर चीटिंग, ही विल बी चीटिंग, इफ वी आर फॉलोइंग, ही विल बी आल्सो फॉलोइंग अस। इट्स वेरी सिंपल. That is called raso vaisa. All rasas are available with him. Whichever rasa we want, we can derive from him. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So if you want to share something, online people, if you want to share something, you can share. Shobhit Prabhu, who is there?
Krishna.
And? Aman Prabhu. Haribol, Aman Prabhu, how are you? हमारा आवाज जा रहा है क्या? Okay, somebody wants to share something, you can share from the purport, from the discussion, or from whatever. ठीक है। So we will end here. Fine, na? आवाज जा रही है क्या? श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय।
हाँ।